Hi children, this is French Revolution, grade 9 French Revolution, CBSE. Okay. In this session, let us see what is French Revolution and why French Revolution. Okay. First, the French Revolution. A revolution in France. It happened in 1789. The number is very easy to remember. That is because it is consecutive number 7, 8, 9. So no issue in remember this number. It's very simple to remember. So French Revolution, a revolution in France. Okay. What is meant by revolution? Revolution is a great change, a drastic change in the regular style of life. I mean, there is a drastic change in the political system of the government. What is the political system? Maybe democracy to dictatorship, or dictatorship to democracy, or democracy to monarchy, or monarchy to democracy, colonial to democracy. So whatever may be, there is a change in the political system of a country by a violent action. By a violent action, I mean a group of people, mass number of people agitate, and if they bring changes in the political system of their country, that is called revolution. Okay. So there was a revolution in France. It is called French Revolution. Why it was significant? Because only in France, France was the first European country all over the world which introduced the concepts of democracy and equality. Okay, so it is very much significant. Okay, now let us move on to the why this revolution. Let us see. See, on the 14th July of 1789, troops moved into city to open the rumor spread that the king is going to open a fire upon the citizens. The angry crowd, 7,000 men and women, they gather in the town hall and they decided to form people's militia. They broke into a number of government buildings in search of arms. They stormed the fortress prison. I mean, group of people, 7,000 people, they have formed people's militia, no? So they stormed the fortress prison, Bastille, to find hoarded ammunition. Ammunition is the weapons and arms and weapons which is hidden in the, which is hoarded. I mean, they have stored in that without permission, they have stored in the prison. Okay, fortress prison, which is not able to, not accessible, not reachable area. So what in the ammunition, the commander of the Bastille was killed. I mean, the commander of the fortress prison was killed. Prisoners were released, but at last they have seen there were only 7 prisoners released. Yet the Bastille was shattered by all. Why the people hated the Bastille? Because it stood for the despotic power of the king. They were authorized. Sorry, they were doing atrocities. It stands for the symbol of despotic power of the king. So the people hated that Bastille. Okay, so the fortress was demolished and its stone fragments were sold in the market. People started buying these fragments. Fragments is pieces of building, pieces of anything. If it is broken into small pieces, the little piece is called maybe a glass, maybe a building, whatever it may be. Fragments is small pieces of a thing. Okay, so people started purchasing these fragments of this fortress prison to keep as souvenir. Souvenir is a thing kept as a reminder. Okay, so why all this happened? More rioting. After that, there was a more riot. Now, after protest, fight, this and that, more riot both in Paris and countryside, capital city of France, Paris and countryside. Most people were protesting against the high price of the bread, and there was a continuous chain of events ultimately resulted in execution of the king in France. Okay, now let us see how and why did this happen. That is the French Revolution. Okay, how it happened and why did it happen. Now let us see how was the society in the late 18th century, French society in the late 18th century. See, in the French society was divided into 3 estates, first, second, and third estate. At that time, in 1774, Louis XVI of the Bourbon family. Louis XVI of the Bourbon family. Bourbon is not a biscuit what you are eating now. It was the dynasty of king of France. Okay. So he ascended the throne. Louis XVI ascended the throne at his age of 20 years. He was only 20 years old. He married a beautiful princess of his neighbor country, Austria, named Mary Antoinette. At that time, when he ascended the throne, he found an empty treasury. No money was inherited by him. Power. He found the empty treasury. And long years of war financed, drained the financial resources of the Bourbon kingdom. Okay. And in addition to the already empty treasury, the queen, a beautiful queen, was married and she was spending extravagantly. She spent a lot of money in extravagantly. Extravagantly is lavishly, luxurious life she was living. She called all her relatives in the palace to the palace. She has given all important positions to her relatives in the palace, and she spent lots of money in luxurious manner. And cost of maintaining an extravagant court of immense palace of Versailles. In addition to that, under the Louis XVI, this king already he did not have money. His wife is spending extravagantly. He had to maintain the court. In addition to that, he helped 13 American colonies to get their independence from their common enemy Britain. I mean, America also was colonized like India by Britain. This France, it was a common enemy. Britain was a common enemy to France also. So it helped America to get its independence from Britain. For this war, they have spent 2 billion livres. 2 billion livres. So uh, Louis XVI helped 13 American colonies for the War of Independence, American War of Independence. The war added more than a billion livres. Livres is the currency of France. It added more than a billion livres. Already they had debt means loan. That is loan. Already the king had 2 billion livres loan. 2 billion livres loan. In addition to that American War of Independence, they added 1 billion already. So 3 billion years. Now the lender started charging 10% of interest, which is high rate of interest. So the king was in a position first empty treasury. His queen and the princess spent extravagantly, and he had to maintain the palace expenses. In addition to that, he helped 13 American colonies to get it independence. I mean, American War of Independence. In addition to that, lenders started charging high rate of interest. To give interest itself, the king needed a large sum of money. To meet its regular expenses, such as maintaining an army, the king always will be having some expenses, no, to maintain the army, the court, running government offices or universities. So no other court, the state was forced to increase taxes. It is nature, it is common to all type of government. Whenever the rulers are facing the financial crisis, they used to increase taxes already existed, or they will impose new taxes. That is common only. Why the people agitated and why the revolution in France alone? Let us see. See, peasants made up of 90% of population. In that country, peasants are of 90% of population, but the lands are owned by nobles of the church. If the peasants are 90%, the land should have been owned by the peasants. No, it was not so in that country. Only 60% of the land was owned by nobles and church, other richer members of the third estate. Okay, so what was the problem in that country? Let us see. In that time, the France was divided into 3 estates. As we have caste system in India, no, like that they had this division: first estate, second estate, and third estate. First estate consists of clergies, second estate nobility. I mean the church people. I mean the higher positions. As it is a Christian nation, the higher position, the church people will be there, like bishop, father, brothers, and all. So the ruling people, clergy, king's family, and nobility. First and second estate. Third estate, except this king's family and nobles of churches, all other people are included in the third estate. Okay, all other people like big businessmen, merchants, court official, lawyer, peasants, artisans, landless, labor, servants, everybody is included in the third estate. Okay, let it be. Then what is the problem? Here the problem comes. What is it? Only members of the third estate pay taxes. If there is a country, everywhere in the nation, it is expected that whomever the citizen of that country has to pay the tax. That is common. That is justice. But in France, only the third estate people are expected to pay tax. Let us see who are the third estate people, except this clergy and nobility. All the business, all other people are included in the third estate. We have seen of that peasants, even though peasants are 90%, 60% of the land was owned by nobles and church. Okay, up to 60% of the lands were owned by first and second estate people. They were exempted from tax. Only the third estate people have to pay the tax. Land was not owned by the third estate people. It was owned by the first and second estate people. But the tax should be paid only by the third estate people. Okay. Then what was the problem? Let us see. First two estates, I mean first estate and second estate, clergy and nobility, they enjoyed certain privileges by birth. They were exempted from paying taxes and they were permitted to enjoy feudal privileges. They can collect feudal dues from the feudal lords. Okay, they can collect feudal dues, but they were exempted from paying tax. They were privileged to enjoy the income, but they were exempted to pay the tax. How nice it is, see? It is different from other countries, no? Okay. Then what is the position of the third estate people? Let us see. The third estate people have to pay feudal dues. And the feudal dues were extracted from the peasants. Peasants have to render services to the landlord. They have to work in the houses of the landlord and the fields of the landlord, because they are the owners of the land. No, the first and second estate people were the owners of the land. The third estate people have to hire the land from the first and second estate people. So they have to render services. They have to work in house and fields of the land and first and second estate people. So third estate people were expected to pay feudal dues. They have to render service. They have to serve in the army. Only the third estate people have to participate in building roads. Apart from these, church too extracted the taxes called tithes. Tithes means 1/10. Tithes is 1/10 of your production. Whatever you earn, whatever the money you earn, or whatever the crop you produce, 1/10 of the share. Even though if you inquire the Christians, you can find that every month or every year, whatever the income they earn, 1/10 of the share, that is called dasamam. 1/10 of their earning should be paid to the churches for the purpose of charity. Okay, for the charitable purpose, 1/10 of their income should be paid to the churches. That is common to all Christians. Okay, so the church too extracted the taxes called tithes from the peasants, and in addition to that, a direct tax called taili was imposed. So tithes, taili, and a number of indirect taxes which was levied on everyday consumption. Not only indirect taxes and the unusual, everyday consumption like salt and tobacco. Salt, without salt, even if you purchase salt for 1 rupee, you have to pay tax for that. So taxes were borne by the third estate. This was the problem in France. Let us see what were the things in the first and second estate people were exempted from paying tax. They were authorized to enjoy feudal dues. Okay, but the third estate people, they did not. The owners of the land, they were expected to pay feudal dues. They were expected to render services. They expected to serve in the army, participate in the building works. In addition to that, they have to pay tithes, 1/10 of their production to the church, direct tax called tail, and a number of indirect taxes like on everyday consumption like salt and tobacco. Only the third estate people. All taxes were borne by the third estate alone. That was the problem in. It is human nature, no? Nobody will accept that. So that was a problem already. When the news, already it was a situation. Again, the news that Louis spread that Louis XVI had planned to impose further taxes. If we already they are paying this much of taxes, if we decided to increase further taxes, who could bear? Is it possible for them, the peasants? So it generated anger and protest against the system of privileges. They wanted to put an end to the enjoyment of these privileges only by the first and second estates. So that was the French Revolution. That was the story of French Revolution. In the next topic, let us see what was the outbreak of the revolution. Okay. Thank you.